Hey folks, Quilly18 here, and welcome to Motorsport Monday. And to everyone wondering about the poker situation, I did just post the explanation in the chat. Last night, actually, was tweeting some of the updates along the way, and with about 1 minute left last night, I got in a pretty good situation with top pair with a queen, and I thought, you know what, this is a great time to either try to double up or not, because the double up would set us up really well to get into the money for the next day, whereas just bowing out of the hand would have left us with basically not enough to truly play for very long anyway. So I did it. Unfortunately, ran into a guy who had pocket kings, but no regrets. I think I would do that move over and over and over every single time, given, you know, trying to optimize things for today. And yeah, a rebuy and everything like that would have left us way too short stacked to play for probably more than a few minutes. We would have just had to do some sort of all-in shove pretty early on anyway, and it would have meant starting the stream at a weird time, and then restarting the stream when we were switching from poker back to Motorsport Manager to get rid of the 4-minute delay. Just wasn't worth the trouble. But hey, I had a lot of fun. Thank you very much for that. Why is the green screen showing? There you go. My light wasn't turned quite the right way, so I think we were getting a bit of a funny shadow. And then you should be capturing the Vidya game. There we go. We're okay, maybe. Hold on. Wait. Now we're good. Excellent. Hey everybody, happy Monday. Hope everything's doing well for everyone. I actually got sleep last night, which was nice. I had a really rough time getting enough sleep over the last week or so. A couple of nights where I had less than 2 hours of sleep. It was really miserable, but I got a full solid 7 hours last night, which was very, very, very good for me. Really pleased about that. So feeling a little bit better. I think I need another good night of sleep to really be back to 100%, but happy to be playing some Motorsport Manager today. Very excited. In fact, very, very, very excited. Next poker is going to be on Thursday, and it's going to be another one of those knockout tournaments. And I had so much fun last Thursday with the knockout tournament being a little bit bonkers. I'm really, really, really looking forward to that again. Thank you for the bits, Zandax! Motorsport funds instead. Hashtag Predator. Yeah. Have a quick question regarding recording. Which capture device did you use for Switch to capture? Was it Elgato or Aver? It's an Avermedia that I use to capture the Switch stuff. I use it very rarely, and I'm certainly not an expert on an external capture device or anything like that. But yeah, I ended up with... where is it? Hold on. I can tell you exactly what I got. It is... Where the hell is it? Oh, I think oh, here it is. It is the Avermedia LGX Live Gamer Extreme. This thing. So it just has an HDMI in. Well, you can't really see it there, but it just has an HDMI in, so it can capture from anything. I know a lot of people will use two computers as well, even just for playing PC games. They have the one that they play with, and then they have a separate one for recording, and they just use something like this effectively. A long time ago, I did try an internal card for it, but it was really glitchy, and actually I think it was crashing a lot and not very good. Whereas this thing, which I did buy a few years ago, seems to work pretty easily and fine. So there you go. An endorsement? I have no idea. No idea if it's actually the best one to get, but I can tell you that it works. What do you think of the insurrection of U.S. Capitol as it applies to Predator Racing Group, of course? Predator Racing Group denounces anyone who thinks that violently overthrowing a government is a good idea, and that ignoring elections is a good idea. That's the official message from Predator Racing Group. There we go. We do have one more order of business before we start racing. And that is to enjoy some chocolates. So no one here is what he appears. Big time regular of the channel and supporter has sent me some chocolates. Apparently this is no one's favorite chocolate place, Mitchell's, which is in Cleveland, Ohio. Open since 1939. They make handmade chocolate since 1939. And in terms of North American timescales, that's practically prehistoric. I mean, that's nearly 90 years ago. That's like, I mean, that is a long, long time in North American things, or nearly 80 years ago, I guess, right? Anyway, math is hard. Shut up. Maybe this is why I don't win at poker. Actually, I really think our run yesterday was really good. There's no one. So I was going to say, I got a bit of a story. Yes, and yeah, no one, unfortunately, is not even going to be here properly in the stream, and yet not only contributes chocolate directly, but also contributes to the Whiskey and Chocolate Fund. I guess that'll be for Whiskey to go with the chocolate. But I kind of want to tell the story, because this has actually been a huge amount of work to get this damn package here. Poor no one. So down below under the stream, for example, I have a P.O. box that people can send me stuff. The thing is that it was sent with UPS, like a courier type service, and they don't tell you this apparently when you go and drop off a package. No, why would you tell you that then? But it turns out they don't deliver to P.O. boxes, right? Post office boxes. They want to deliver to a front door physical address kind of thing. But yeah, they don't tell you that when you're dropping off the package. So it was like a few days later that like problems start to develop and things like that. So I got to call UPS and tell them, you know, what actual physical address to try to deliver things to. And then like a week later, still nothing has come. What's going on? Well, they didn't write down the address properly. They didn't get it through. So I'd call them again and get it to deliver them again. Okay, fine. So this morning I get a knock at the door. I know what it's going to be. It's going to be no one's package. It's going to be the chocolate. I'm so excited. I go to the door, open the door. There's a box there from Walmart for someone else, some other address on my street. Some house like 2 blocks down on my street. I'm like, what the hell? And no one got an alert to say, oh, we delivered your package. It's like, did you though? So anyway, I got in my car. With the package, I drove down to the house with the actual address, and I knock on it. And this lady who's on the phone comes and answers the door. She's like, yes? I'm like, you didn't happen to just get a package from UPS with the wrong address, did you? She's like, yeah, I'm on the phone right now. I'm like, I think this is yours, and I think you have mine. So we just did a little swap. And now I have chocolates. So, well, we're going to 5D trolling by UPS, yeah. So what I'm going to do now is this long-suffering package from no one. I'm going to open it, and I'm going to enjoy a piece of chocolate. And I was going to say, I suspect that after all that, things have gotten a little messy. Hold on, let me grab my my webcam here. Things have gotten a little messy and disorderly. All the chocolates are, you know, jumbled up. But that's okay. That's not going to affect their taste in any way whatsoever. Now, what I'm going to do right away is I'm going to go for what looks like a piece of ginger or candied ginger with chocolate. And I love ginger. I like ginger in all forms. Candied ginger is very good. Chocolate covered candied ginger, I think this is going to be really, really, really exciting. Also, as a bonus, A Kiss for Luck's not a huge fan of ginger. Or, sorry, Essentia's not a huge fan of ginger. I don't know about A Kiss for Luck. I think she's kind of neutral on the matter. No, I guess she likes them. But anyway, Essentia doesn't particularly care for ginger, so I'm going to call dibs on this bad boy and see where we go from there. Ooh. So peppery. Woohoo! Oh, I love it. I love it. So thank you very much, No One, for that. That is really nice. Okay. Motorsport Manager is what we're here to play. So we're going to do that. The season's going well. The last race actually turned out exceptionally well. We booked a bunch of points. We should be solidly locked in for 8th place at this point. Unless something catastrophic happens, it's unlikely that we will drop down, which is great. Our goal for this season was simply to not get relegated. It's our first season in the top league. Hey, Monkey Biz. Hold on. I can't quite read that. Have you been watching any of the massive Rust series happening the last few weeks? Have you had any interest in participating? I have not watched them. I am not aware of it. Therefore, I guess I have not had any interest in participating. I don't know anything about it. But maybe I'll check it out. Mukbang ASMR eating incoming. Do you guys get Leonidas chocolates in Canada? I can't say that I'm aware of that. Anywho, I've advanced the time a little bit. I shuffled around our pit crew, so you can see we've got all the 20s with 0% chance of failure in tires. I don't really care about the fixing, so they're going to be there. We started designing a front wing last time. The front wing has been completed, and I decided to start generating the second front wing as well. Just very vanilla parts that just give us just raw performance over there. The first front wing, I'm not even working on improving it because I don't think we're going to be using this one. We're just using this one as a development stepping stone to the better front wings that we're going to get there. These parts here are going to be reaching maximum reliability for the race. I mean, we don't need them at 100%, but I guess they're going to be there, and that's going to be fine. I mean, I guess I could knock a few out and then actually shift a little few things to performance. If we don't need... Okay, the medium speed corners. The shocks actually are a crucial thing for this race. 94 is pretty good. 77... All right, let me shift it a little more here. We'll do this. This should mean... I mean, it's not going to be 100%ed, but that's going to be okay. And I do actually want to get a little more performance on these things squeezed out if we can. There was something else we were going to do. Oh, yeah! So last time, we had a conversation about upgrading. But had we decided not to so we could save more money for the base car? Because I'm kind of wondering, what if maybe we should just get the level 2 simulator and telemetry center? We got £21,000. Spend $12,000 on there. Maybe at least do one. Design center would be way, way, way expensive. Way, way, way expensive. You know, it would allow us to unlock the road car factory, and it would save a little bit of time from designing parts. But I'm not sure, other than that, there's much point in increasing the design center any more than that. I said I probably would? Okay. Because I was just looking again, I'm like, did we decide not to? Because it looks like we probably should. And the road car factory is 65 million. Did I say 21,000? Yeah, 21 million. Yeah, the two cheapest on would be these two. I think I kind of like the idea. We'll spend 12 million out of our 21. We've got 2 sponsor slots that are open as well, so we're going to get a little cash injection on that as well too. I think this is a good idea. I think we'll get the simulator, which helps with some of our driver stats as well, plus parts and things. And I think we'll get the telemetry center. So again, 2 more parts. And yeah, this won't be ready for this season, but it'll be ready for the next one. All right, we'll have to be a little more careful with the money, but I think overall we're okay. And yeah, we've got 2 sponsor slots open. We're just waiting for the full suite of sponsors to be available. I think we can go ahead and advance time now. Rear wing is spec, you don't need a simulator. I guess that's true, but it still increases skill in a couple of categories. I don't know. All right, I think we've got our full suite of sponsors now, which is good. Sequential Pit Stop mooted for 2024. Okay. Now, with Nippon, we actually, like, this might be a little viable for us to do this. Hey, thanks for the bits, Kook! What F1 tracks do you think provide excellent racing? Really enjoy Brazil and USA. Oh, man. That's rough. I really like Spa. I think it leads to good racing. Or maybe I just like Spa on principle. I have no idea. Yeah, I don't know. So, I mean, so in terms of a target that we can probably reach more reliably, Nippon would be it. But, I mean, 0 up front, and not the hugest bonus. It does have the 3x for Japan, which is kind of good. But I see no reason why we wouldn't just go for a football manager here. It gives us $1 million up front. 7 is possible. We got it last time. It's only for 4 races, so basically it's $250,000 per race, which is better than Play Sports, which is $150 per race, or 0 over here, you know, barring the thing. And it's football manager. Of course we have to totally do this. Now over here, first place, second and above. Okay, so none of these target bonuses are going to be viable. So really the only thing that matters is the upfront payment. So we're going to go with Ishikawa Malt Whiskey for 5 races. So we're going to get 200 grand per race out of them, which is going to have to do just fine. There you go. I mean, it turns out that the 2 we would have liked just on principle, the whiskey and the football manager, happen to be the best deals overall. So that works out pretty well. It is now race day. We are off to Rio. So we've got medium tire wear, low fuel burn, 28 laps, and very soft tire compounds. The Ultra Softs have their cliff at 20%, so you really don't get very many laps out of them. Yeah, which is interesting. It's also going to be quite hot. So the softer compounds may actually have heat problems. I think we're really going to be looking at the stiffer of the three, the super softs and the softs over here, a fair bit, because I think it'll be easier to manage because the more relaxed cliff, as well as the temperature management, especially if it's sunny and hot. So we'll see how that goes. We'll take Football Manager as the race sponsor because it's the one that's most achievable for us at this point in the game. I don't think there's any track really where... Okay, top speed is crucial, which means we won't be able to redline our engine the entire time unless we do end up using the mechanics traits on both racers where they don't actually lose condition as quickly. Nurse and the other one. And then maybe we could redline the whole time. But here's the thing I was wondering. Maybe what we do is we actually just assume we're going to do the entire main race on softs, the hardest compound. Probably we can just one stop. And if we're not redlining the engine, we won't use as much fuel, so the fact that we don't get the ERS boost twice might be interesting. So we could intentionally just look at doing something like that. Of course, we will lap a lot slower, though. Quite a bit slower on these as opposed to the softest tires. I'm just worried that the ultra softs might end up being ludicrously short stints. Ludicrously short stints. So I don't know. You know? I don't know, you know? Alternatively, we sort of do kind of like what we've been doing before, where we practice on the middle compound and assume we're going to use that for the race. In fact, what we might assume is something like this. One set to practice on, and maybe 3 sets for the race in case we go super, 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 like 3 back-to-back like that. Which may also be fairly viable. Again, the high temperature means we won't be able to push the tires, and in fact, we may have to blue the tires a little bit just to burn off a little bit of heat, just to conserve that. We could split strategies for the drivers, that's true. I mean, that means one driver is getting the better strategy and one's getting the worst, although it makes it easier to stagger the pit stops, which is interesting. Try softs and supers with 2 soft stops. Because, yeah, what if we do something... What if we do something like this? Actually, what if we do... I want to have 1 extra ultra for the race. As I say, we could practice on 1, then use 2 sets for the quali. Yeah, double stacking pit stop's not a big deal with no refueling. It's true, because we've been able to do that quite a lot. I think we'll probably go a little bit more standard here. I think a lot of times we've been doing this because the idea is we're probably going to go middle, and then softest. I think it's much more likely we're going to go middle on this one, just because the ultra softs are so short. So I think I'd like to do this: use 1 set of super softs for practice, and then have 3 available for race day. We might also try. With this, we can do 1 ultra soft in practice, use a couple in quali, and keep 1 fresh ultra soft for race day, and depending on exactly how it works out. So I think we're going to go this way for this time. In terms of parts, we're not going to make any changes. We do have the new front wing, but we have not been building up reliability for it. The change will be the suspension over here, where, you know what, I'm going to throw it on Rhea. I know she's going to be angry because of, like, you know, unless we do some weird shuffling around of stuff. Where you do this, oops, and then we can do this, and then it doesn't report it that way. But again, I still think it might just be a visual bug rather than actual truth in how this works. I think they reevaluate these numbers at the end of the race and use that as part of their morale change for the race. I don't know. I suspect it's mostly a visual bug than a real us, you know, abusing the system kind of thing. But we may as well just do it. So there you go. So yeah, we've got the best brakes, best engine. We're not running a new front wing. We've got the 2 best gearboxes over here. It's interesting. This one says great. It currently has lower total performance than the one that's only good. It will be better over time, but that's going to be okay. And yeah, we still are giving our slightly better parts to the driver who's been doing slightly better overall. Okay. Let's do it. 28 laps. I prefer visual bugs over the invisible kinds. That's true. Visible bugs are better than invisible bugs. shudders at the thought of invisible spiders running around. Ugh. Where's Cool Man right now? Need to add that to his weapon. I like this track because it looks like a big whale. Ah! Interesting, yeah. Okay, so let's take a quick look here with the tires. With 28 laps, we could one stop on super softs? Seriously? Now, it might be a little tricky, because I think their estimated laps, I think this is based on number of laps until you hit 0%, so we really don't get to 0%, because the super soft cliff's at 15. But theoretically, we can do two 14-lap stints. Alternatively, conceivably, it might be possible to do 3 ultra softs, but I think because they're 20% cliff, it's unlikely that we'll get enough laps. So I don't think we'll get the advertised 10 in practice, especially with the heat. Well, maybe, because if it's heat, we have to run the tires on conserve, which means they will last a little bit longer. On the other hand, it's better to run, generally speaking, I think the math kind of supports not running on a crap tire mode. So yeah, we'll use the, I think we'll use the ultras just for quali, and I think we're going to try to do we're going to try a one-stop super thing. We might have to do two-stopper with 2 supers and then an ultra soft thrown in there, depending on exactly how things go. But I think a one-stop is very natural, especially since we're not going to need to do the ERs recharge as much because we're not going to be able to redline our engine the entire time. All right, we're definitely going to run on ultras for now. That's going to be fine. Now, looking at here, clearly the handling is going to be on the lower, the more understeery end on both of these guys. So we'll stiffen up the suspension a little that way. And then the same thing over here. What we're going to do is we're going to move the handling over to the left-hand side of this bar, because it's going to be somewhere from here to here is going to be the sweet spot for handling, as it turns out. And downforce is going to be somewhere in the middle, most likely. What I think I'm going to do over here is I'm going to add a little bit more downforce, because it's probably going to be over to the right. And the other one, I'll probably put it a little lower on the downforce and then bring it to the left or something like that. We will see. And in terms of speed balance, what I'll do is I'll just move us to one end of the green, so at least we'll have a little bit more of an idea, likely, as to where we're going to go. Because again, the speed balance is going to be somewhere in the middle between on these two. Same sort of vibe. Actually, what I'll probably do with the downforce is do something like that. I'll probably bring this up somewhere like this, and then just, yeah, we'll go with something kind of like this, and then we'll figure out where we are in the middle after that. Okay, I like it. We're going to take practice. Send out. We will start by doing quali stints. Balky actually went out first because Balky already had quali stint fuel. Okay. So we're quite far on everything, but we really know what direction we're going to move in here. We're definitely dropping the downforce. Let me do the speed balance first, because we got to go quite far because it's poor. The handling was good. So yeah, we'll just let it have a little bit of a move over here and see if we happen to hit the grate there or not. Because the grate could be, like, right next to this good. Or it could be over here. We don't know. Alright, you can head back out like this. That's going to be fine. Monty, come in. There should be 2 races, Kusin. Assuming I don't dawdle too long. So we need quite a bit of a drop on downforce. The speed balance was great, which is interesting. We'll do something like this. We'll just knock you back somewhere over here. So you're going to be near where you were before, but, you know, hopefully enough to get some info. All right, everyone back out. And then back in. Whee! Hey, all right. We've got our purple for our speed balance, which is great. We're at 93% overall. So the downforce went from good to great. So all we're going to do now is just tweak the downforce a little and see if this is still great or if it drops back down to good. The handling was good, is still good, so it clearly needs a bit more a shuffle. Let's move quite a bit over here now, actually, and then send you back out. How many races left? I don't know. We're fairly far in. I feel like we've done 7 or 8. Maybe 9. If you get to Q3, send out your cart last few seconds. That way you can check if you contain max tires. I don't know what you mean by that. Kind of moot, because we're probably not going to reach that, but... Okay, let's drop more downforce. So the speed balance was great here, is great here. Okay, so right now we're in the middle of the two. The handling shift a little bit. I probably want to do a little bit more of a handling shift, but I want to leave it here because I want to see if what this speed balance does for us. Whoa! Triple purple on Belky. 98, not a 99. What I'll do is we'll do a little, maybe not quite that far. Let me do this just to see what that does for our overall percentage number. But what we're going to do is send Balky out for full quali runs over here. We don't have to bring Balky in until we're done getting our quali knowledge. We actually dropped a little bit. Now, it was good. It's still good. We might have overshot the grate. Hang on, what's the distance between these two? It feels hard to believe we overshot the grate. What I'm going to do is bring the downforce down a little bit and assume we're probably hitting into the grate here. If it goes to poor, then we know where we're going. We know where the excellent handling is, which is good. Now, in terms of speed balance, we had great, and in between, it's still great. Still, it must be somewhere in there, although we're not very far off. Let me send you out like this, and then we'll bring you right back in. We don't have to bring Balky, though. Of course, she had triple purple. You gave her chocolate as reward, right? Yeah, that's our system for our drivers. That's how we do bonuses. Okay, well, we know that the downforce... So the good there, good there. So the great must be in between these two goods. Something like that. And then if I bring this back up here, and then I think what I need to do is do this. Something kind of like this. No, but I still need to end up with this where I want it to be. Like that. Alright, we'll go with something like this. We can tweak this a little bit more when we find our downforce. But this should at least be great for the downforce. Alright, quality trim level 2. Ultra soft still have some life, which is good. Seriously, wait, good again? Is it to the left? It was okay. It was good there. Hang on. Is it really to the left of this one? I mean, that's starting to be the only option, right? So this whole range over here is good. This place was okay. I guess it might have been just on the cusp of okay into good, with the great/excellent being here and then back to good. That must be the only explanation. I know our handling and speed balance is off, but I gotta solve this handling here. And at least we know how to get back to the speed. Oh, there we go. Right. So 98, but we're probably better on the speed balance than we were over here, since we're still at a 98, and that's with a good handling. So what we need to do is nudge the handling over to the right without losing where we are over here. So what we'll do is we'll soften this, bring this way. Then what I'm going to do is up that a bunch. No, we're not quite going to be able to do it that way. There we go. Sorry, no. I still need to set the handling further to the right. I'm getting myself confused constantly here. There you go. A little more like that. There. Okay, so the downforce is right where we want it. The speed balance is basically right where we want it. The handling is a little further to the right. This will probably give us a 99. Yeah, do one more lap on quali trim, because you should be able to finish it. And then we'll change you out of quali trim in the other one, and I'm going to change Monty out right now. Okay, we finally found the excellent on Monty. That was actually... I don't think I've ever had this hard of a time finding these sweet spots. So all we need to do is get our speed balance back to excellent without, messing this up too much. So the speed balance excellent is somewhere over there, but slightly less. What we'll probably do then is bring this up, bring this down. How are we looking here? A little more rear angle, a little less front angle. Or, sorry, the other way around. No, see, I'm getting myself backwards again. Nearly there. We need a little bit slower. So I'm going to add more rear angle and then reduce the front angle. So I'm doing this to keep the downforce where it is. There we go. Speed balance is right on the excellent. So we should be good here. So what I'm going to switch is with Monty. She's going to go into race trim and burn in a set of super softs so we can get some knowledge there. And then Balky we're going to bring in... Yeah, we'll bring in on this lap because she's going to max out the Ultra and the Quali. Done, done, done. Perfectly. Virtually no overshooting either. There you go, 99. Yeah, so when you add rear angle, when you add either one of the wings, obviously it changes the downforce, and yeah, it changes both handling and speed balance, but the rear wing angle changes the speed balance more than the handling, and the front wing angle is the opposite. So you can keep the downforce where it is, but tweak these values ever so slightly by changing one to the right and one to the left. So 99%, that's as good as we can likely get. I think 100% is possible, but it's so unlikely. Alright, and let's hope that we get as much knowledge as we can here. Did take us a little longer than normal. Each percent is 1/100th of a second. So no, the last percent isn't a huge deal. I would have been fine with 98. I was just getting frustrated. And I was basically bringing them in at that point regardless, so... I guess we can go double red here. There's no reason to save the tire and the temperature. Well, it's about to max out, but... Well, at least we'll get them to level 2. Yeah, I'll move my camera for the match. I think go there, and I think we make it a little smaller generally, so it doesn't cover as much. Or I can put it. Actually, I guess I put it above the timer is what I do. So we'll do that when the race starts. We'll end up with something like this, eh? I think so. All right. So we're gonna go ultra soft quality trim. And we could do sweet spot, but I think I'll just do those. Because we can RNG the sweet spot. Like, we can RNG, like, the perfect balance. We can't RNG getting these, so we'll do that. Car setup-wise, yeah, we're good. We got our 99, and we're going to run the Ultra Soft, and we got our 98. Good enough. And the Ultra Soft. So, we will take the first qualifying. And what I think I'll do is I'll wait until maybe, 9 minutes in or so for the first stint. And then we'll do a second one a little bit later. All right. Boom. Boom. Yeah, it's bad on the brake temps. We don't have very good brake material, so... Even with the sweet spot, I don't think Monty would have gotten in there. Great, coming back in. Well, Balky's currently in the... out of Q1. Hopefully we can do a better second stint. Takes a minute 15 to get around. Out you go. Out you go. Come on, brake temp. Whoa! Oh, it was close to the good there. No perfect. So, good and overheated, good and overheated. Both pretty poor outlap. Monty improved on her time, but not enough to get out of Q1. But she will start 16th. Like, she's got the best Q1 elimination there is. We'll take the qualifying. And I think we're just going to put her out for one stint here. Well, we actually might even want to save this. I think we'll do one stint on some used Ultras. It's going to be fine. We'll wait until the last possible second. We'll do one stint on some used Ultras, and then we'll have a fresh pair of Ultras for the actual race day. In case anything comes up. You know, depending on the safety cars and things. Not that we see a lot of safety cars. And then we save a pair of fresh Ultras for race day. That's all. If I come in 15th here, I'm not, not going to cry about it. We've basically achieved our season goals. There's a chance we move up. Just waiting. All right. It's maximum track grip. I guess I can send her out anytime. So we're going to do this. We're going to keep the fresh Ultras for race day. All right, good luck. L1 on and pull? Not yet. Well, that would be Q3 anyway to determine that. Okay, we got a perfect tire temp. We're still overheated on the brakes. I don't know if the amount overheated by makes a difference or not. Whoa, 13th. All right, not bad. That's pretty swell, actually. I was on used Ultras as well. Yeah, excellent. All right, Partanen's currently got the best time. Partanen and Lavoie are on the same team. So it's basically, it's Valtteri Bottas right now. Doing the good runs on everything. We'll see what happens in Q3. And by C, I mean we will simulate the session because I don't actually need to participate. If I had made it to Q3 on those used Ultras, yeah, we would have started the race on, basically, we'd be, rolling on our, frickin' wheel rims. But, wasn't going to happen. Wow! It's going to be Sharp. Sharp into Lavoie, into Becker, into Partanen. Bit of a shocker there. basically Red Bull coming in first and third instead of well, I was gonna say Mercedes, but these guys, the Scuderia Rossini, is a little bit more of a it's almost like Ferrari. The days when Ferrari used to be good, basically. All right, so for race day over here, so we could run Engine Expert, which will let us basically, well, it'll let us redline our engine the entire time. I mean, I want race trim. The question is redlining the engine the entire time better than just going super softs? Well, here's the thing. Redlining the engine all the time will burn a lot more fuel, obviously, and we're only one-stopping this. So I don't think we're going to be redlining the whole time. We'll redline for some of it. It'll probably be about half and half, actually. So, and we're going to run on super softs the whole time is probably the idea. We'll double-check the weather. It is going to be clear and hot the entire time. I think we'll end up doing exactly the same thing over here. That's going to be the plan. We are going to attempt to one-stop on supers. That's the intention. We'll see if it'll work out or not. I don't know. Driver strategy. So, I mean, we are going to start on the red engine mode, so that's going to be fine. I think for the tires, we can't push them at all. With the heat, I think we're going to be hard-pressed to manage the heat as is, and we do have to make sure to get 14 laps out of these tires. And they advertise like 15 to 17. We need to get 14, and they have the cliff at 15%, so I don't think we can really push the tires at all. So we're going to be doing that. It's not a very aggressive pit strategy, but hopefully it will work out over here. We shall see. So first, we do have the formation lap. We do start behind the safety car. We don't have a standing start in this league currently, which is a little silly and boring, perhaps. But it's going to be good in this race because our tire temp's going to start so low because of the formation lap. We are definitely going to appreciate that. So yeah, there's all the used Ultras. Everyone in top 10 has to start on the tire they had the best time in Q2 with. Cujo here actually had their best time in Super Softs, which is going to probably work out really, really well for them. Hamilton's the one with the most worn tires. All right, here we go. 13th and 15th, the racing has started. Monty is fighting to remain, and then she's getting passed by 2 cars. She's got the inside over here. Is she going to be able to regain a little bit of territory? Just barely, maybe, and Balky's losing a little bit as well. It's interesting, because these people, the yellow tires, those are like, that's the hard tire for this race, right? The hardest possible compound, these softs here. They could do potentially soft into ultra soft as a one-stop strategy. It'll be interesting to see if that's what they do, but their overall lap times are going to be a little bit worse. Balky up to 11th. Monty back to 15th, which is where she started, right? Yeah, it's 15th, yeah. What's her timer at? Oh, we're actually not doing too bad. We're building up a little bit of our charge, so right now we're very happy to just be burning fuel aggressively, so we lighten our car, and we get the extra pay. Oh my god! Passed by 2 cars right there, Balky. Almost dropped down to 14th place, but was able to regain 13th through the chicane. We still got quite a train going on here. Choo-choo! Monty down in 19th place. That's actually very disheartening, considering that we are racing in some hard tires. What happened to Hamilton and Martson? Why are they so low on their Ultra Softs? Because they clearly were in the top 10. I mean, Hamilton, these Ultra Softs are pretty worn, and they may be almost hitting the cliff here, but... I mean, I would expect them to be down here if they pitted, but they haven't yet. You want me to zoom in a bit? Yeah, we can do that for a little more drama llama. So, I mean, we're still going to be red engineing for now. That's going to be fine. Again, probably only half the race. Oh my god, Balky slipping back a little further. Now, keep in mind, our car is still crap for this league, but I was still expecting a little bit more. Now, people passing us while they're using their ERS for a power boost is very, very reasonable and understood. That is very, very expected, and we're not really doing that. Alright, 16th and 18th is all we've got going on now. 15th place, who's that? Ruiz, defending with ERS. A crash! Lavoie crashed! Lavoie's like the Hamilton of our league. Just crushing everything, but has crashed. It's only yellow flag, though, not a safety car. Interesting. Okay, not a good day for Balky. What's the form? 5.8, 6.5. Okay, Monty overtaking, so we're 15th and 16th. So currently Monty's in a position where she's only lost 1 net place. It's still not looking great for either of our drivers. Having a rough day. It looks like they're eager to pass. Look at our tire temps though going up. We're definitely gonna have to conserve. Go to conserve tire mode just for temperature management, which we're sort of okay on because it would have been maybe a little difficult to get all the laps in that we wanted to as is on the tires. Come on. But we definitely can't go up to orange. I would love to throw a push in this situation here while Balky's trying to overtake, but we absolutely cannot push the tires any more than this. But hopefully other people are going to have to do conserve things and various things like that, and that'll let us get back in. So Balky up into 13th again, which is where we started. What's the current temperature? 25 degrees. And there's a fair amount of sun in and out throughout the day as well. So yeah, on soft compounds like this, 25 degrees, the heat is definitely going to be felt. Again, I would love to do some tire mode stuff over here to help get past Martin, but we really don't have it to spare. And we're going to have to do some conserve at some point. Monty's like feeling faster. Not going to use team orders though. Oh, Manty's actually going to get passed on the inside by Ruiz, who only after passing activates the ERS to try to get past Balky as well, but the ERS just runs dry. Thing is, with both of our drivers neck and neck like this, the double stack is actually going to be kind of painful. Because ideally we'd want 2 seconds between them to do the double stack. Now, we could consider doing a conserve early on Monty and seeing if we can keep her out for an extra lap. I don't think that's likely to be something we can do, though. Alright, back ahead. We are higher up in position as people have begun their pits. Sharp, Partanen, and Forsyth have not yet, and they're probably hitting that cliff. It'll be interesting to see some of these timers, see if they drop. Which I suspect they will very, very, very soon. Well, yeah, Cujo's just passing people like crazy, and look at the gap to first is just dropping. That's exactly what's happening. They've definitely hit the cliff here. They're certainly going to pit this lap. Alright, I'm going to drop in a little conserve here on Monty. Because I suspect we'll need to do it with both. But if you can use this as a way to space them out a little bit. Yeah, I don't think our tires... I mean, okay, we've used half our tire. We've completed 7 laps. We're currently working on our 8th. So... Well, we haven't used half our tire. We've actually used more than half, because 15% is really, like, we have to get off the tire ASAP. So I definitely think to complete 14, we will definitely have to do a fair amount of conserve. And I should probably just do that with both people right now. Yeah, the gap to the leader is just plummeting. And that's exactly it. Well, Cujo's now in the lead. Oh, well, they've had the box. Well, Martin hasn't yet. He's, like, definitely... Oh, yeah, look, we're passing Martin like he's standing still. Look at this guy. He's also got the blinking red light. Well, that's interesting. I've never noticed the blinking red light for a slow car here. That's interesting. Is it blinking because he's boxing? In modern F1, the cars blink whenever they're charging power. But, I mean, it doesn't really apply here because they don't charge the same way. Or if it's raining. And I'm wondering if it's a slow caution light because of that. That's interesting. Because I don't think any of the other cars have blinking lights on. Oh. We will hit the ERS shortly. They're running on conserve engine mode. Oh. Alright, Balky, I'm going to put you back into neutral here. Help you get past this person, although I'm still worried about tire management. Yeah, no, I'm too worried about tire management. Alright, let's go hybrid it up. I think it's going to be a very awkward double stack. We only got a second gap between the two drivers right now. And let's tell you what, let's slow down Monty right now. Especially, Monty doesn't have... Actually, let's go all the way down to medium for a sec with Monty. Balky's got a little bit more built-in fuel saving. So Monty will probably have to save a little fuel anyway, especially with only one stop to charge our ERS. We'll probably do the 50% ERS and hope that we don't run into the problem. If we do that, driver's race is probably just over, but that's just going to be the way it's going to have to be. And I'm just sort of hoping a little bit, we might build a little bit more of a gap. All right. Monty's not really being threatened behind. Well, 8th is closing quickly, but that's with Urs active. That's, oh, sorry, it's actually 7th over here because Okujo's pitting. So Sharp's on fresh, soft tires. So yeah, we're probably just going to get overtaken here by a very, very strong driver with a much faster car on fresher tires. It's okay. We're not really fighting to defend here. In fact, slowing them down by having a slow driver with Monty, assuming it's not so slow that it's easy to overtake, is actually going to be quite good for us. And then, yeah, we're building a gap. There we go. We're 2 seconds in between our drivers now. Lovely. Let's go back up to high engine mode. Yeah, just keep sticking right in front of Sharp here. Lovely. Oh, actually, Sharp fell really far back on that corner. Really did badly. Ruiz coming by. Ruiz with a little bit of Urs. Still can't quite get past Monty. That's perfect. It's exactly what we're looking for. Only 1.5 second gap here. I mean, Monty's got a lot of clean air in front of her. Okay, lap 12. Tires, I think, are still kind of manageable. That's our gap. Okay. Almost 2 seconds. Oh, Balky did get past someone, which is nice. Currently on lap 12, so we've got 20% more tire to go before we hit the cliff. I think we're going to be perfectly fine. In fact, we might be able to push our tire mode a little bit. Currently 12. You got to finish 12 and 13 and 14. No, I'll keep it on green. Your interest motorsport in general was always about. Everything's more exciting when, you know, there's someone kind of passionately interested in it with you. Like, I don't give a shit about golf, right? But when I watch golf with my dad goes mental when, like, crazy stuff happens. And it's all of a sudden the most entertaining thing in the universe. I would never watch it on my own. But watching it with my dad, hell yes! Okay. Yeah, I think our tires are going to be fine. So we're currently on the 13th lap. We're about halfway through, so a lap and a half left to go on this tire. Yeah, we're going to be A-okay. In fact, I think with Balky, I think we can probably go back up to neutral here. And honestly, maybe with Monty as well. Well, I mean, Monty's got more tire. I'm a little worried about the gap management. It's like if Balky pushes a little bit more, then it's a little less awkward. Okay, Monty's getting past, which should guarantee that the gap maintains, which is going to be A-okay. All right, so we've just completed 13 laps. Yeah, it's going to be, we've got 10% left on this tire. So if we look at Balky, right? So Balky over here is currently on lap 14. So if I signal her to pit now, she will have completed 14 laps. I think we can put both drivers on like attack for the tires. They've got enough with the 10% that they've got here. They can just burn through 10% on this lap and be A-okay. All right, so our plan is to switch super sauce. We're going to one-stop this race. Conditions are okay here. We're going to go for a 50% recharge and hope it works out. And since either way we're going to be in a similar position, we'll just go with the safety over here. We don't know if it affects the Urs success chance or not, but we're going to go ahead and do it. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. We're going to go for the 50% as well, and the safe too. And I did change the tires. I did change the tires. Good, good, good. I think I can go back up to red engine mode here for a little bit. I could potentially keep Monty out for an extra lap if I wasn't pushing her tire like this, but this is going to be perfectly fine. We've got enough of a gap. We've got a 2.5 second gap between the two drivers. We only need about 2 seconds in the pit lane. Things might change a little bit here with whatever's going on there. Worst case scenario, Monty gets delayed by like 1/10 of a second or two from the double stack, but should be A-okay. We did propose a vote this year. We have proposed and successfully passed eliminating the 3-step quali thing, which is nice for, you know, actual F1 realism, but is not very convenient for streaming purposes. And once we get better, we will not want that, you know, starting the race on shit tires kind of thing. Box, box, box. Oh, the double stack did not work out. Is it just me or did the cars overlap in there? Clearly, we'd gotten a lot closer to one another than originally expected. We got to 50%, so we can keep red engineing until the condition starts to become an issue. Could have been a visual bug. It could be that they don't count some of the jack up, jack down time or something like that. Like Monty may have still been delayed there, but I don't know. All right, so 16th and 17th, but we finished our one and only pit stop. We've got the tires we're going to be running on for the rest of the race. Given how the first stint went, we likely won't have to do much conserve because we actually ended up with some tire to spare. I think we're only really going to be conserving when we're needing to do temperature management, and that's all we're going to need for actual percentage gain. But yeah, with the big ERS boost over here, I'm going to keep running on red engine mode. When our engine gets to maybe 50%, which is going to presumably happen on Balky first, we'll drop it down. Two pretty good pit stops, so it wasn't double stack. I think it was, yeah, I think it was just an animation glitch. I think the game logic was Balky entered and completed her pit stop before Monty entered and started her pit stop. I think from the actual game logic, I think it may have just been an animation glitch because the pit stop art and the way the cars move in and out of it. I think that just changed things. Could do a bit of conserve to have a hack margin for later. That's not a bad point. That is not a bad point at all. Plus, we could use the power mode for some overtake later as well. Pit can be weird. I had a minus 0.1 pit once. Only tire change with pit bonus and tire. Yeah, I know. Like, you get like... We did that once. We didn't get negative pit stop time, but we did get like sub 1 second pit stop times, and like... That can't possibly exist. No, fuel game is going to be good. This, the amount of hybrid here that we've got, we're going to save... Like, if I were to hit the hybrid mode here, we'd end up with a positive delta. I'm 100% sure of it. I'm usually quite paranoid about our tire situation, our fuel situation, but I am not this time. So we're just going to try to wait until it's at basically, you know, at 100% or 99%, because we're trying to burn as much fuel as possible, as early as possible, to save a little bit of weight. Okay, I think I am going to go ahead and put these guys into high mode for both, because I'm a little worried the engine will suddenly degrade. Look how much we dropped very suddenly on Monty. The problem with when the engine is a crucial part, there's a lot of RNG. Sometimes you don't lose condition, you don't lose condition, you don't lose condition, and then like all of a sudden you lose 10%, 20%, 30% engine condition. It's basically a random chance to lose condition every lap, and the amount of condition and the chance of losing it is based on whether it's a crucial part or not for the race. So it can go very, very, very suddenly. We are going to have to conserve tires just because of temperature. And then, yeah, it'll give us a little bit of a space later. We can push for an overtake. In fact, Monty can virtually overtake here. Maybe, let me throw on push for a sec and overtake for a sec as well. We could actually give her a little bit of ERS as well, but no. What I want to do is this and this. Okay, I don't think she's actually going to be able to swing it, so go back to here. Who's that in 11th? Baker. He's on fresh softs. Again, they have better cars than we do, so actually an overtake is fairly unlikely when they're in good tires like that. Now, Becker has overtaking Rib. Rib's on a harder tire compound, so we actually might have a better chance of overtaking there. Struggling to overtake Rib. What? I mean, you just got behind Rib. I think you're going to be fine. Yeah, look at the closing speed on a straight. I think we're going to be A-okay. Could consider doing a little boost of power, but it eats a lot of the power. Like, the hybrid goes down really slowly with the flywheel, but if we go into power mode, it consumes power like crazy. Well, we are up in 7th through the sponsor objectives. Fondy clearly has to pit again. That's interesting. Well, Fondy may have been one of the top 10ers, so they may have started on really worn tires, because these soft tires here, which are the hardest compound for the day, theoretically could last like 20 laps. Valky's closing in as well. You can see our fuel delta just dropping like crazy. Yeah, we're going to end up with positive fuel delta here on Monty in a second. So let me go ahead and give her a little overtake push so that she stays ahead of Partanen for as long as possible, which is going to be hard. Partanen has the best car on the field. There you go. And fresh tires, so that wasn't going to happen. Okay, conditions are okay, but again, could drop really fast. We've certainly seen cars burst into flames before. Balky's up in 6th right now. So Becker theoretically shouldn't have to pit again. They've got fresher tires than we do with the same compound, unless they're pushing it like crazy, which seems a little hard to believe. Yeah, see, we're going to have tons of excess fuel here with Monty. Probably with both, especially if we're not redding the engines out. But we still have some condition left, so it may still be possible. I think Sharp's lead will drop too because she's driving her tires over the cliff. Yeah, the soft tire cliff is 10%, so she's not quite at the cliff yet. But fairly soon. And she's got a box shortly. So she's right here. She might be... Well, there's no pit icon yet. She might try to go for another lap. Yeah, okay, listen. You're right, Monty. Here, let's ERS you. Since you're going to have excess fuel. And then we'll go ahead with this. Get on the inside. No! There you go. And... Oh, she's got the outside here. This is not good. No! Good! Excellent! Keep it! Conditions okay. Fuel's going to be fine. Because we can do a little bit more hybrid before the end. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. And yeah, the tires are definitely going to last to the end because... Hey, Chewy, thanks for the raid. The tires are definitely going to last until the end. Because the temperature is limiting us to this. And then fuel-wise, we're doing great over here, clearly. Balky, we're going to throw you back on the red. Your engine condition is okay at this time. Delta's okay, and we'll be able to gain a little bit of fuel delta from doing a little bit more hybrid by the end here. Same thing with Monty. Although I don't think Monty can necessarily afford going red. Balky definitely can, because she's a little bit better on gas just naturally, and then has a little bit more fuel to spare anyway. 7th and 9th. Now, there's no guarantee we're going to end up in 7th, because there's a lot of people with much better cars and better drivers than what we've got. But right now, it's looking pretty good. Let's go to high here. So yeah, we got a slight negative delta, but we're going to be okay. Depending on the length of the track and various things like this, each 20 to 30% of power saves us a lap of fuel. So we're well ahead where we need to be here. Try to give Balky a little bit of an edge against Forsyth, who is on some very hard tires. Although our tires are getting a little worn now, so we're not necessarily getting the same speed difference in relation as we were before. But that's looking okay. Fuel feels good. Tires feel great. Monty's not really in a fight for anyone ahead or behind her, so I'm not going to stress about her settings right now. Building a little bit of gap. So Forsyth here just used some ERS. Oh, engine. Okay, no, we're fine. Probably. Let's drop back down to orange. A little bit for fuel saving, although I think we're going to be fine on fuel, but also because we don't want to tempt fate too much with the engine condition. Although I think we're okay. Can we keep defending? Can we keep defending 7th place? 1 second behind. Closing slightly. Still a second in the gap. Okay, made a little bit of distance there. The time deltas here aren't as accurate as in F1. They don't calculate it the same way. Okay, we actually gained a little bit of room there. It's possible that... Oh, Forsyth is ERSing now, but... Yeah, I was going to say, they may have been pushing some things, and now they can't. So I expect this number to shrink with the ERS, but no. We're actually good, and Monty's currently in 8th. Any chance... Oh, 5th. Oh, someone pitted! 2 people pitted, because we went from 7th to 5th. Awesome. Now, Monty's in 8th. We only need 1 person to end 7th and above to get the sponsor bonus. Doesn't matter if we get a second person or not, but it would be interesting to have possibly a backup. I'm still feeling... Okay, let's hybrid now. Because actually, we may not even use this whole charge before the end of the race. I think we're going to be fine fuel-wise. You'll see the negative numbers just melt away here and put us back in the positives. Balky, there's no one near Balky right now, which is great. Both drivers in the points as well. What? 2 races in a row? What? Oh my god! Okay, we got enough tire to spare here and here. I don't want to go necessarily red, because I think it'll just heat up too fast. And we won't actually get to use as much of it as we might like. Positive delta looking good. Positive delta looking good, especially they're still on their hybrid mode. So they'll gain fuel, even though they're redlining. And the condition is fine on both engines for this. Yeah, not really. Okay, there's an ERS boost from 6, but if you look at the distances, there's still a 2-second gap behind us, 7 seconds ahead, 2 seconds, 2 seconds. I think we're just going to end in these two positions. And I'm not going to complain about that one bit. Wow. See, our expectation is as a team to come in 8th place out of 10 teams, which means if we ended up something like 15 and 16th, that would be the expectation. But here we are, 5th place and 8th place. 5th and 8th, crazy good. Really, really good, considering we have shit cars compared to the field. And below average drivers compared to the field as well. I think our one-stop strategy really, really worked out here. Some of our conservative pit stop strategies have not so much. This one really paid off. Van Cloyson coming in first, then Becker, then Sharp, then Partanen, and of course Lavoie with the DNF from the crash. Wow. Wow. No, this is so good. This is so good for our team. This is our first year in the top league. If we scored any points the entire season, that was going to be a big deal. We just double scored 2 races in a row. Ben's really got a dramatic race today. Yeah. Thanks for the bits, NCC Voyager. That is insanely good. Can you imagine some illegal parts up there and all of a sudden nutso stuff happens? So Chica's now 11th overall in the standings. Rhea is 15th. And oh my god, we're actually in 7th overall in the team's championship. A very tight 7th here. But I remembered last race, because last race we went from 2 points to 12 points. And I was like, we're actually sort of within striking distance, but it's unlikely. Here we actually made it to 7th. Keeping it is going to be hard. Theoretically, yeah, that's 10 of 16 rounds. There's tons more racing left. We could, this is still really tight. With another performance like the last 2 races, we could find ourselves in 5th place. It's possible. I'm not going to complain about 7th if we stay here. If we end up 8th, oh well. That was what our expectations were. No real complaints. We have nowhere to go but up. Damn. Damn. I see, expected result, 8th. We came in 3rd overall as a team. Hot damn. Actually, yeah, we probably outperformed the Scuderia, whichever one it is. But Lavoie and Partanen's team, because only Partanen scored points. She came in higher than us, but I don't know how many points she got. I don't remember where she came in. 4th? I don't know. Anyway. Boom! And yeah, we got that sponsor money. Nice. I mean, we didn't get it for quality, but that's okay. Huge! Chairman's probably doing a victory dance now. Yeah, we should be able to ask him for money a second time. Was that hot damn a Brooklyn Nine-Nine reference? Not really, but now it's like... hot. Could be. Reject. I don't think we're hiring any of these guys. Front wing finish. We're going to design another front wing. So what we're going to do is, we're just looking for raw performance number to carry forward. So this, we could just make it an illegal part, but I think there's still enough racing, and it doesn't take that long to design the wing. We're going to use this one. So we're going to do this. Let's 14 max. This is actually, even though it looks weird, this is still a plus 20 to max over here, and more to the current. So this gives us basically, we're already hitting max performance with a cap of 1425. We could do this with a cap of 1444. It'll take longer for us to run it because of the negative reliability, but it would let us carry more things forward next season. It's probably better to just do this. Yeah. Max race. Yeah, 1444 EU4 start date. Phoenix Oval is next. Is it the actual oval version? We'll have to click in a second. Yeah, I'm gonna go with this design. We could consider designing an Eagle part that we're not going to carry forward. Okay, it's not going to be the oval for Phoenix. Thank goodness. God, it's so boring. So boring. Okay, the car repairs are happening now, so we can't interact with that. We'll accept the interview. Chico's beaten by Van Cloyson. Would you consider bringing him in next season? You know, perhaps it's a little early to talk about silly season. Probably not. Oh, that actually worsened the morale. Oh, that's too bad. Not that it matters too much. Yeah, okay. I can't make any adjustments to anything because we're still working on doing the repairs from last time. Boom, boom, boom. Car repairs finished. So, oh, and the reliability work is actually completely idle. Well, well, well. This front wing we're going to be using. And what we're going to do is we're just going to tweak this so that it will be good enough to use for the next race. And then we can still get a little bit of performance out of this, which is going to be nice. Sponsor slot here. Actually, I'm going to wait until we get a full list of 3 sponsors available. Okay, we got a vote coming up for Sequential Pit Stops. So what's the deal with Sequential Pit Stops? Chassis makeup does not aware cosmetics used on cars. Oh yes, and rotate the pit crew. Pit stops event will happen sequentially, leading to slower pit stop time. The smaller crew size also helps keep costs down. Will not benefit team with high budgets. Apparently I'm considered a high budget team. I think I am opposed to this. Because it'll make double stacking harder. Now, it's a little bit moot because we actually don't refuel at the same time. Don't need so many pit crew. Well, double stacking might just be allowed by law. I guess this will penalize teams that pit stop multiple times. With our single pit stop, or at least minimal pit stop, 1 or 2, we actually are happier with slower pit stops, aren't we? So we actually want to vote for sequential. I don't think we're going to use any voting power for it. Well, I don't know. Actually, maybe we'll do this. We've got tons of voting power. We've got ludicrous amount of voting power. So I'm going to vote for, and I will use 2 power for it. Against? No, because I think because we stop so little, I think this hurts other people more than us. We don't refuel anyway, if refueling does that. And this doesn't affect double stacking if we can double stack, but... yeah, I know it's next year. Next year we're still going to be... I mean, we might introduce fuel at some point, but... pit crew don't get exhausted so quickly with sequential pit stop. Okay, I'm going to vote for it. I don't care. Oh, well, it didn't go. All right, fine. Wasn't something we terribly cared about. What do we have here? So, in terms of placement bonuses, all these are fairly unachievable. So, we're really only looking at the upfront payment. And so, the Moose, do we have some kind of name Moose in the chat? Is going to be the one that pays us the most with the 1.5 million for 6 races, which is twice as good as this one for 6 races. So, we'll clearly go for the Moose over here. Boom! I mean, we're getting all our, like, on-brand sponsors here, right? With the Moose, with the whiskey, with the Football Manager, it's just perfect. I mean, not so much with the fixed ones, but over here it's working out beautifully. Yeah, this is the highest league. So we got Phoenix in 15 days. Everything's going swell here. Front wing finished. Yeah. All right. You're done. So what we're going to do is we're going to throw you in there for reliability work. So yeah, you won't be done for this race, so that's going to be okay. We'll, I can't remember, is the downforce? No, it's not even a crucial part, and it's already above 80%. So, I don't know, we'll sort of split the difference over here. That's going to be okay. Now, for the next part, we have improved our parts in every single category now. We might still be able to design a part that could be used this season, but I propose now we start working on illegal parts with just giant numbers that we can carry forward. Not every category has something with that available, but, for example, this wing certainly did. We can even produce an additional one. So we could either add a bonus random great component, or we could get 2 copies of this one. 2 copies of very illegal front wing to carry forward. Or 1 copy that might have an even better stat. I think it's better to do 2. We never have to worry about bringing up its reliability because we're not actually going to be using this part. But we can max out the performance on this to 1470. Why make 2 copies of something you won't use? Because the 2 best parts in every category get carried forward to the next season. Just their raw numbers. So yeah, I think we're going to do this. That we'll make 2 super illegal parts, max out its performance, and then we can carry that number forward to the next season, which I think is going to be great. If this front wing is illegal, replace it at once. Swaps that out with the identical part. Alright, let's do that. And now we're going to Phoenix. Luckily not the oval for Phoenix, though, because it's just so boring. We'll take the Football Manager bonus. What are we looking at? So, very high tire wear, which is why they're giving us some harder tires. Although, even then, very high, and the hardest compound is just a medium. It'll be interesting to see. They are shorter laps. Low fuel burn, which is interesting. 36 laps. 36 laps. It's going to be hot as hell. Holy crap. Okay, so tire temperature management is going to be key. And so, again, just like with the last race, we're going to be favoring harder compounds. Now, here, what was the hardest compound last time is now the medium compound. And there's an even harder one available. It's possible... With the very high tire wear, I wonder if it works out perfectly to a couple of stints on mediums. I suspect not. I suspect the most likely thing might be what we did before, where we can do 2 stints on just softs. Well, maybe not. It might be 3 on softs. We'll bring 4. We can practice on 1, and then have a couple extra. So this might be a 3-stop on softs. It might not be. I think we'll bring exactly the same situation. We might be able to just go soft. We might have to go soft. Or we might be able to go soft, super. We don't really know how it's going to work out, but we'll do that. I don't expect... and possibly a medium soft might also be a thing. I don't think medium is something we're really going to have to concern about. 34 in Phoenix in July must be a cold spell. Fit parts. I don't think it's changing. Oh, no, that's not true. One of these wings is, in fact, going to change. So we will... do that, and we'll do this. That's going to be okay. We will want to use this one later on, but right now it doesn't have the reliability. Okay, that's all good. Pit crew, thank you. I usually do it right after a race, and then when I don't, it just screws me up completely. Not that people were too tired, which is good. We'll swap you out. I don't know how many of these we've got. We got you. We've got you with a 0. Dule, any chance? Throw you in there. Oh yeah, Dule can do tires at a 20. And then over here with the rear jack. There we go. Done. And again, I don't really care about the fixing. So that's going to be alright. And then everyone here, these are all people with 20 in the tires, and they all need a little bit of a rest. Okay, yeah, that was close. Let's do another save here, just because, in case we have had crashes before, which is really awkward. So let's do a save. That was, so we're now at race 11. Like, software crashes, you know, not car crashes. Car crashes, well, that sucks, but we're just going to keep going. We didn't even save scum the time we totally would have gotten into the top league one season sooner. And then 30 yards from the finish line, we ran out of go juice. I shouldn't update what Quill's live. Yeah, I wanted to make sure that was in place for when the stream ends. You guys will have a RimWorld ready to go. So 3 RimWorld episodes are scheduled. All the Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines VODs from the last 2 streams have also been set up and scheduled for this week. The Suzerain has been set up and scheduled. And I did put up one of the poker things as well. It'll come up, I think, tomorrow. It was yesterday's poker stream because I thought it was quite good. Was it 38 laps? 36 laps? Who remembers? Dun, 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 dun. 36. So we can't just go soft, nor can we do a medium soft. But we can go soft, super. Especially since we are not going to be able to push these tires. So we're definitely going to get, you know, at least the 14 and at least the 10 because we can't push them because it's going to be hot as hell. In fact, we're going to be stuck doing a lot of conserve stuff, which is going to be annoying. We're going to be redlining our tires basically the entire time and just trying to manage that heat. So I think we're going to assume we're going to go soft, super. Yeah, I don't think a super into soft is viable. And medium to soft doesn't really work either. So, and yeah, this clearly has a fairly fast pit. You're right, because it cuts off a part of it. So more pit stops are more better. We could conceivably do 4 stints on supers. Is a slow pit not a fast one? I mean, it cuts off part of the track, but not a slow part of the track, you're right. It doesn't cut off a corner, really. I mean, sort of like a vague part of an oval, but yeah. It's a long pit? Okay. I think we're probably going to go soft, super. So, I mean, we're going to start by practicing on supers, and 2 of these supers will be for our quali, and then we'll save this one for race day. High downforce track, apparently. And high top speed. What we'll do is, yeah, we'll start somewhere over there, which is going to be fine. We'll weight things quite a bit more top speedy. We'll stiffen up the transition, or the handling. Do something like that. Add some more. We'll probably have to add more. That's going to be okay. We'll do something like this, and we'll do something like that, and you will start on the supers. Okay. Let's start by doing quali stints. Go! It's our time. Alright, we're doing okay on time. Whoa! We happen to find excellent speed right away. 92% right off the bat. We must be really close to the downforce as well. I mean, it's great. So clearly we are fairly close to the downforce. So I'll just do a little bit of a tweak, say this way, and see if that stays great, if it becomes good, if we hit excellent. So the handling needs a fairly substantial change. It's whiskey and chocolate! Okay, let's send you out this way. What's that? It's Banana Commander! Hey! By the way, it seems RimWorld moved the pet names display to the options menu. It's where it used to be in the bottom right. I'm playing a long time. I will check the options menu next time I play as well for the pet name. Although we have more animals now, so it might be a little messy to have the pet names on now. I don't know. Okay, you go. And we also got great with the downforce here. What we'll do is just dial in a little bit more and see what that does. Top speed needs a fairly substantial change, and the handling needs a less substantial change. We'll do something like that. Go, go, go. All right. Lavoie banging in the fastest times. Whoa, handling went very poor. Well, that gives us a lot of information. We got double excellent, so we know a couple of things. But the handling was okay, became very poor. So we went the wrong way with the handling. So we need to soften it up considerably. Something like that. And then we can worry about finding the speed balance again afterwards. So let's just do this for now. Go, go, go. So we were great on the downforce, and we have become good. So we are going to move the downforce slightly to the right of the previous great. Something like that. The handling was good, is now only okay. So actually, you want stiffer handling, apparently. Then we can fix the speed balance later on. Since we already know where the excellent is. Wait, what? So handling was okay. Oh, shit! I went the wrong way with the handling. So it's okay here. It's very poor here, so I made it more this way. So the handling's just on the left, right on the green line over here in some fashion. Okay, well that's not bad because we know where the excellent speed balance is, which is going to be somewhere right around there. We can do some little micro tweaks after we get a test of the handling, and the downforce can stay where it is. Okay. Okay, 93 overall. No excellence, but we actually must be very close. So it was good downforce. It was great here. I think what I'll do is I'll bring the downforce down a tiny bit more and see what that has to say. Handling was good, was okay, is still good. So what we'll do is we'll stiffen it another notch, and we know where the excellent speed balance is. So we'll just we can just bring it back down later. Okay, I'm not being as good with this setup minigame as I normally am. Still enjoying it though. I like this minigame. Hey! Because that feels so good when you see that triple purple. And 99%. Done and done. Okay. We are still looking to finish this up, so keep doing quali stints, but you can stay out for longer. So Monty is good and done. Once we finally figure out what to do with her suspension, we're okay. So, okay, good. And we did hit the grate, what I'm going to do. And then the speed balance. Perfect, because this handling is in between the two previous grates, and the speed balance should basically be both back to excellent. I think what we're going to do, since this stint's still not very long, we'll just keep Balky out for all this. We're not going to bring them in until they're naturally done a full quali stint here. And then we'll see where they are. There might still be a little tweaking with Balky, but I'd expect no worse than 98%, to be honest. And bring in, because we will. Bam. In fact, we might have been able to bring someone in a little sooner, but send out. Okay. 99% over here. Everything's groovy. So what we're going to switch here, we're going to switch to race trim and put in some practice on these soft tires. And, oh, that's interesting. So we're still at 96%. We got the double excellent, but with handling, it was great. It's great here. We don't actually know where the... It's good over there. So I think, if anything, the handling maybe needs to go a little to the left. Because that's a good... It's hard to tell. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up the front wing angle and drop the rear wing angle. So, okay, this doesn't actually have very much of a change in the handling in the end. It's mostly the speed balance. So never mind. What I want to do, I want to go slightly to the left of where I was, right? So, let's do it this way. Let me bring this up, and then there you go. Perfect. So these two are basically where they were, and the handling is slightly to the left. And let me actually do... So you're switching to race trim, and yeah, we'll just do a short one and then bring you right back in here. Ah, sorry, that's Balky, not Monty. Yeah. Nothing gets in between. Yeah, it might have to be left of the original grate. Yeah. I think it does have to be left of the original grate. I think you're right. Although we did improve. Actually, hold on. Whatever. Let's just do this. If we end up going on to 97%, it's not the end of the world. Just stay out. We just need some knowledge now. I don't know. Yeah, lost an excellent, percent went up, right? Maybe I did. Maybe I was the. Maybe I just moved it further away for the handling. I don't know. Improve by going to the left, going further is more improvement. Yes, right. Right. Good. Excellent. So we're probably at triple purple now. Can we get to level 3? I think we will. Bam. We're not going to be able to go out to do any more stints, but there's nothing else for us to really need to do. Triple purple across the board. Both drivers. Pew pew! I actually came in 6th and 7th in practice. Okay, well, we're definitely going to go super quali. And super quali. We got their 99% overall, which is nice. Fresh supers are on. We're at a 99% overall. Fresh supers are on. Continue. We will take qualifying. Again, we'll wait for a little bit of track grip to come in. Go to do the first stint. Sweeter spots, the thing is, there's a chance we end up with double perfect, even without sweeter spots. But there's no way for us to get the 15% bonus. So if we've got the double 15, we're going to do that instead of sweeter spot. Alright, here we go. And most importantly, yeah, some people are saying about saving the setup. First of all, the setups don't perfectly carry over. There's always a little variation. You can just look up the numbers as well. You don't need to worry about saving it. And I like the minigame. It brings me tremendous joy. And especially when you still get like the perfect like level 3 knowledge on everything. You're like, see how awesome I am. Who needs to memorize or like save things? All right, 15th and 16th currently, and it might drop a little bit and some people improve, which is what's going on over there. Lap times is still pretty short. All right, let's go. Well, both of them perfect at their tire temps. Both of them had terrible brake temps, but it's mostly because of our material, probably. 15th, 16th. Monty is actually ahead on quali. And retains it. Monty's going to Q2. And Balky is not. So again, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to put Monty on a used set of the supers. And we're going to do a single run. Same thing we did for Balky last time. So we're just waiting until the track grip is at its maximum, which we don't even have to wait until the very end. And then we're going to send Monty out to do a single stint on some used Super Softs. Grip, grip, grip. And Monty had the low performance. Yeah, his performance numbers, we don't know, man. They're weird. Okay, she can probably start an outlap basically anytime here. Okay, so these are, I think that one might be like 0.1% less used. All right, same thing. Perfect tire temps, shit brake temps. 13th overall, that's a sweet spot if she keeps that. And we would hate to come in like 10th, that would be the worst. Fairly unlikely that we would. All right, not bad. No sponsor objective, but of course we expect that. In terms of pure speed, we are not the best car. We try to make it up with pit stop strategy. Yeah, 13th is really good. 13, 16 again, but the other way around. The quality battle is real. Lavoie crushing it this time around. Interesting. They ran out of super softs, so they're starting on softs over here to try to set extra times. It just means they're gonna wear down some of their softs. Probably would have been better off not to go in. Pit stop strats and engine not bursting into flame. Yeah, the engine not bursting into flames is a key part of our strategy. We don't always execute that well. Sometimes, specifically here, I think, at Phoenix. All right, so again, I think we're gonna do at least 2 stints on softs. So I think we're gonna go soft race trim. That's gonna be okay. We could engine expert, but I think this is gonna be better for us overall. And ditto over here. We could nurse, but I think this is gonna be better for us overall. What I will do, since our numbers are still like soft into soft and 1 stint on supers, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start Balky on the softs, so that they're not synced up on their pit stop times. Got the barbecue started before the race ended. And Rhea's a little further ahead, so we'll put her on the super softs to try to keep up with that. Of course, we're gonna start in overtake mode, Ren engine at the start. And because of the temperatures, we really can't push the tires because heat management is going to be a huge, massive problem. If you have weight stripping combined with nurse, it's amazing. Oh yeah, that's true. All right. Let's do it. Oh, Forsyth and Hamilton are really hurting on those tires. Everyone else actually has pretty decent supers that they quality with. All right, rolling start as a go. Let's set the camera onto Monty here. Half oval. It's still, even without like the oval part, there's still like very few corners. Best tires for last, fastest. Well, that's here's the thing. If you're going for fastest lap, then fastest tires for lap is really good. For fastest tires for last is really good if you're going for fastest lap. But if you want the fastest speed for the initial scramble, then the fastest tire early is better. So, you know, 6 of 1, half a dozen, right? Now, the temps started low because of a formation lap, but they will start to scrooch up, especially on Monty. She's on the softer compound. Oh! That kerfuffleage over here, that was really... Man, this is not a very wide track, is it? And yeah, I don't think fastest lap is something that we can count on. And in practice, I don't think it really matters when we use the fastest tire. It's like, oh, fastest tire early might help us get ahead of this. Except usually what we do is we just end up getting stuck in here. What we want is we want our fastest tire when there's no one in front of us. Is really when we want it, and we can't really predict when that will be. I suppose the start of the race might be the worst time, in fact. But I still want to start someone on the softs because I want to break up their pit times, just in case. But yeah, I think we do actually have the rule that actually allows double stacking, so it might be a completely moot point. Balky's up in 14th, well 15th now. Balky having a much better start of the race, despite being further behind and starting on worse tires. But Balky has more overtake. Monty getting a nice catch-up there, though. That is really quite good. Can Urs brake without an overcharge like a random fail? Not that I know of. It doesn't show up as a condition. I don't think ERS can just brake. Even though it's actually probably in actual F1, like an MG UK failure, I think tends to be the most common mechanical thing that stops a car, like that forces a car to DNF short of a crash. It's a fairly complex part, also uses up a lot of heat and things. Got a lot going on, so it's very likely. Balky's on a tear. I mean, Monty's not doing bad either in 14th place. A bunch of people did start on medium tires, which are the hardest compound at this track, so they're getting some substantial time penalties. Ooh, get overtaken there, but in 10th place, who is that? Lee? Lee was going to use ERS anyway. And a bunch of people are going to have to box really, really, really soon, regardless. Temperatures are going up a little bit. Interestingly enough, the temperatures on Balky's tire are higher, even though they're on the harder compound. I don't really know how that happened, but sure. Holy crap, Balky! Up into 8th. Just overtaking everyone on these things. I mean, Monty is like, she's got her race on now. It's like things are actually happening now with Monty. You know, she had a really poor start. We're going to pass on ERS. That's okay. Nothing we're going to do about that. I don't think they would have started on different temps. I think in the rolling start, I think all the tires start at 25% heat. It's just kind of locked in there to simulate the heat loss during that formation lap. Because the temp's actually static. You would imagine it would start at 50% fresh out of the blankets, and then drop down to 25 over the formation. But in the game, they just set it to 25 until the race actually officially starts. Balky and Monty back-to-back. Now, as the tires start to degrade, Monty's tires will actually become slower than Balky's. It has a much higher drop-off in that third quadrant. And of course, we're going to have to worry about cliffage as well, which is 10% and 15%. Mostly we're going to pay attention to Monty first. Temps are getting a little higher, but I don't think we're really going to have to do the conserve for temps. I think we're going to be just fine as is. I think it might be time to go ahead. I'll just whack the hybrid on for Monty at this point. Yeah, cliffage. Perfectly cromulent word. So, okay, Monty's going past the start now. So she's at 39%. I think she just dropped to 39. I'll try to get an idea of how much percentage loss we're going to have here. Ooh, quite the bottleneck there. Okay, so it looks like we lose about 9% per lap. We have 15% left on this tire before we hit the cliff. Which means we won't quite make it. We either push this lap and box, or we set it to conserve and go 2 laps. I think I conserve for 2. Especially since it looks like we actually don't have to do temperature management. Oh, no. So let me back this up. We are going to have to do temperature management. Balky still got temperature left, but remember, she came out at 25%. From now on, when we put softs on, when we box, we're going to come out at 50% temperature, which means we are going to have to use conserve mode to stop our temperatures from maxing out, which means the soft tires are going to have a little extra duration than intended. So I think rather than stretch out this stint, we're just going to push. I don't even think I'm going to attack. I'm just going to go push, and then we'll box. And yeah, you're right. On the softest, when we get to the lowest performance band, we lose a lot of performance. We don't want to stay in that lowest performance band long. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and set it to orange mode here. It's whiskey and chocolate. Oh, because I already used the hybrid mode. I was going to say, why are the fuel counts different? Because Monty already used some hybrid. Now, whiskey and chocolate? Who dat? Where's my thingy? Hey, Plain Coast Hills! I'm only supporting my favorite YouTuber / Twitcher for a few months, but this week I donated to my favorite website, Wikipedia, for the 7th consecutive year. Nice! I'm a fairly regular supporter of Wikipedia as well. I mean, it's got to be one of humanity's greatest projects, is honestly what I think, Wikipedia. It should be like a world wonder in Civ. To many more years of entertainment and knowledge. Thank you very much, Plain Coast Tales. And yeah, thank you for supporting Wikipedia. That is excellent stuff. Much approve. Okay, so we're going to be planning a pit with Monty. She's going to be switching on to her softs. And I'm going to attempt a 50% charge here. We haven't had it fail yet. One day it will fail, and it will absolutely shatter our race. Now, the problem here with Monty is she is stuck behind Balky. So I don't know if she's really getting the value from pushing, but we may as well use the tire. In fact, I mean, we could do a team orders thing or something and let her go by, but I don't think it matters much. Just make sure we don't lose, you know, we lose as little as we can. Get right up on top of Balky's gearbox. Shave off, you know, a 100th of a second or so before we box. It's going to be fine. There you go. So coming in the pits, we're going to be switching back to neutral over here. We could look at the 50% for the last one. Could be a thing. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and go into hybrid mode now with Balky. Engine conditions are good. Balky's up in 2nd place right now. Hasn't pitted, of course. Might get overtaking here because of the ERS, which is fine. Wow! Wow! Who's that? Fondy! Just like coming through like a rocket ship, although can't quite get past Rib. Wikipedia is a great source of information because they have references at the bottom. It's like, no, you can't necessarily use Wikipedia as a reference, but you know what you can use as a reference? The references. You click through those and read those related articles and papers, and use those as your source. But Wikipedia will sure as hell get you started there, and if you're not doing scholarly research, then it is like a really good way to get information. It is like very accurate. You're not going to tell me Wikipedia is full of lies. What are you, a high school teacher? Get out of here. Okay, the tire temps are getting fairly high here. I think we are going to go to conserve because we can get a little bit. The bottom performance band with Balky, which is what Balky was just complaining about, isn't as bad on the middle compound, which is what she's on. So we're not as desperately eager to swap out of these tires. Cliff on the softs is 10%. So I think we'll be able to finish this lap and then do one more. Especially on conserve. Hopefully. We might hit the cliff right at the end, but that's going to be okay. Man, these temps are starting to really get up there. Yeah, I think that's going to be fine. Again, we might just barely hit the cliff. Yeah, we might go conserve now and just save some maneuvering room for when it's time to do some overtakes. All right, box. We're going to go on to softs over here. Parts are fine. Yo, 25 now and 50 after, or... I don't remember, was this a critical race for the engine? No, it definitely is. So we probably can't redline the engine just based on condition. So yeah, we'll do the 25% now. And this won't make a difference, so we'll do that. And yeah, I think you're right. The pit stop is quite long on this track. In comparison. We are going from 6th. That's interesting. We're going to 6th to 20th. Is that what it's predicting? So is it seriously costing us 34 seconds? What happened to Monty? She had a pit stop. Okay, you're going to come out, you'll come out on neutral. And overtake mode's probably going to be fine. Okay, not 20th. I guess I'm getting... maybe. Yeah, because we were, what, 4 behind first? Oof! Just get hit. Okay, maybe about 25 seconds. No, that is really slow. Holy shit. It's apocalyptically slow. Yeah. I think it's effectively a very long pit stop lane. Even though it seems like it's part of a round, this is effectively a straight on an oval, right? So it's a really high-speed section, right? There's no chicane, there's no hard corner there, so, yeah. Wow, the pit stops are really costly. I would explain the mediums, I guess. The thing is, it's still not possible to one-stop on the mediums. I guess... Oof! It feels like collisions happening here. We're playing bumper cars all of a sudden. But the mediums make it much more likely that they can just two-stop. Which is too bad, because we're not really going to gain an advantage. Although, maybe we're going to manage being on somewhat more performant tires. Back up in 13th over here, which is nice. We are going to have to engage hybrid mode soon. Yeah, you're right. The amount of time in the whole pit lane might only be 19.6 seconds. But I think it's because the relative speed, we're losing more time on track than it looks like. Because we got to slow down to go into the pit lane, slow down to get out. Like, the in-lap, out-lap is always going to be a little slower. Okay. Woof! That errs, man. Okay, you're right. If we went medium, we could one-stop. But that seems too slow. If we went medium. I think we would have lost too much time. Yeah, no, because the hardest compound is considerably slower. 11th place is a blinky light now. Oh, not right now. They did. Yeah, it must have to do with their engine mode and stuff. Bravo, I need to get out of my way. That's a bold comment there. That's some spicy radio chatter. Crofty would have been all over that. Struggling to overtake Morrison. Yeah, he's a crafty one, that Morrison. So if you can't overtake him, we might just have to bring you on your tire mode temporarily here. Okay, the engine is dropping off fast. Yeah, on both. We're just going to be doing orange mode for the rest. Until maybe right at the very end when we're like, okay, we have enough condition. But we definitely have to stop redlining the engine for now. Okay, Balky, you're also going to have to go to conserve mode with your tires. What happened to Martin? Dropped 3 places all of a sudden. Must have had a really bad corner. He didn't pit. Gonna get overtaken there, but I guess that's gonna have to be okay. Okay, tire temps are fine because of their modes that they're in. Actually, you can go back into neutral because you're not gonna max out your temp before you come back in, Monty. So that's gonna be a-okay. You're still hybriding for now, which is okay. We can hybrid soon. Maybe somewhere over here. Yeah, well, we haven't waited for a critical amount with the engine. Hopefully it's going to be okay. The RNG can still be really rough here. We will have to monitor the condition and maybe have to go down to yellow engine mode at some point. Alright, Monty up in 7th, although she's going to have to box really soon. Go down to 10% on this. 26 when we pass the start-finish. Ooh, Monty. Okay, just complaining that she's entered the lowest performance band now. We're not going to box now. We'll do one more. Temps are fine, yeah. Okay. So now we can schedule a pit stop. And yeah, you're just going to finish on softs. Engine's down to 46%. If we do this, we could use a little more ERS. You know what? Screw it. Let's keep going 50%. Hasn't backfired on us yet. Need a city skyline style F1 track design game. Oh, that's cool. If we get the 50% and it works out fine, Monty's going to have enough spare fuel / charge to be able to do a little bit of power mode at some point. There we go. Exiting pits at 19th position. No more pits left to do. So some of these mediums might be finishing as is. Oh, hey, no one! The amazing 3 races in a row in the top 10 of first year at this level. Predator Racing should totally get the better than expected by a mile award. Nice. I think we should, you're right. Probably go back up to neutral here. We'll probably have to do a little conserve over here for the... although we don't have the full duration of the track. We may not actually have to do any more conserve. Ooh, blinking light on Fondy. Yeah, who is in conserve on the engine mode. Tell you what, why don't we give you a little boost coming out of the straightaway? Okay, well, I can't use all your power charge in that. Come on, Monty. I know Monty has really bad overtake, but give me a break. That was embarrassing. Balky's in a tight battle here, but is about to box, so I don't think there's much of an advantage to using some ERS here for a boost. Alright, Monty did get past, which is good. Hopefully we didn't use too much power. I think we're going to be fine. Since we're not readying the engine and we're only half a lap under our fuel delta, yeah, we're going to be perfectly fine, because we've got over a lap worth to gain here. Okay, lowest performance band is being entered on these tires. You'll just past the entrance, so what we're going to do is we're going to plan to pit on the next lap. 9 laps remaining, we should be able to finish you just fine on the super softs, which is going to be great. I think we'll just give you a quarter charge, because you're doing fine, right, fuel-wise? Hang on. Yeah, Balky's got lots of fuel. We could go for a half charge and try to maybe do a bit more ERS boost, but at this point, we're in pretty good shape, I think. Well, I don't know. I'm going to come in 18th in the end. Okay, 17th if we try a balance. Let's do that. It is going to be hard, because it looks like in this race, the AI is mostly minimizing pit stops. Our edge is not as present here. I don't think I have to worry about the temps here, because we're about to box, so that's going to be okay. Oh, we may as well make sure to hybrid for a little bit here. Rhea, personal best, Sector 2. Yeah, 1 and 2. Yeah, she's cruising. Excellent. Alright, 15th and 17th. Our pitting is done. Balky's on supers. We're really going to have to watch the temperature on those. It's going to climb very quickly. Although she doesn't have a lot of laps to do. Normally I'd be like, let's push, because we don't have that many laps to do. We could probably go to orange, but I think we just hit the temperature too high, and then we'd have to go to conserve faster than we want. Maybe we start going with 100% charges. Because if the risk ends up being like 1%, 2%, 5%, 1 in 20 chance of screwing up our race with 100% charge becomes like insane. I don't think we can redline the engine because of condition. Fuel-wise, 100% we could. But this 36% could obliterate itself. In fact, even on orange mode, we could suddenly, like, next lap, we could be like drop 10%. And then we could drop another 10% after that. And once you're in the red, the losses are doubled as well. So it gets real bad real fast. We've had, listen, I got engine PTSD at Phoenix here. At Phoenix is really bad on our engines. Monty's like, no, don't redline my engine. I'm a little worried about our tire temp. I think, yeah, we're going to have to go and conserve over here. Because no matter what, we're going to have to do a little conserve for the temperature. We may as well conserve now while she's not in an actual fight. Yeah, we're definitely going to have fuel to spare. But we can't redline the engines. So we could afford a little bit of ERS. When we see like that we're, you know, within a few tenths of a second behind someone, we can do a bit of a power boost to try to overtake. 13th and 16th. Mostly, though, with the fact that there's no one near anyone. I think we just got overtaken there. Yeah. Oh, who's in 16th place? Lee. Short of maybe a couple pit stops here and there, we may be stuck here. That's the problem we always have at Phoenix, is it seems to mostly go this way. The nature of the track means we don't really get a pit stop edge on this track, and therefore we're still performing better than expected. If we end up 12th and, say, 16th, we will end up better than 8th place, which is what we're expected, but not as good as we have the last few races. Which is like, normally we'd be perfectly happy and satisfied with this, except we've been doing so well comparatively. I'm going to go ahead and hybrid now, because there's actually not much race left. We'll probably end up with a positive fuel delta. But we might be able to redline our engine for the very last lap, actually. Pitting with repairs for Piaget. Wow. Who's this in 12th? Cujo. Cujo is actually pretty hard for us to defeat. But no, never mind. Okay. Like, maybe we can defend a little bit with ERS. Now he's using ERS to put some gap between us, which is fine. All right, positive fuel delta. Yeah, all right. Let's go to red engine mode. I mean, what could possibly go wrong? There's no energy for the hybrid. Just on our final lap now. So any combination of orange and yellow will get us to the end with fuel. Tire temp is close, but I think we're going to be okay. Yeah, there we go. We're going to be perfectly fine over here. Do I want to defend both Erzing? Do I put it red instead? Not much ERS there, but maybe. There you go. Just enough. Ah, we're still going to get overtaken. Boo! Well, so yeah, not as dramatic as before, but we may have ended up 7th overall here, which still beats our expectations. No points this race. So 3 races in a row, we get points. We get double points 3 races in a row, right? Or through the grass? Oh, I didn't even notice that. I was looking at the numbers so much. Sad sponsor noises. Yeah. The 7th is still a pretty, like, that's a, you know, it's a pretty enthusiastic sponsor goal. Boom. Well, we're still in 7th. I think Velen may have gotten 1 point. I think they were at 24 before. One of these two didn't get points. One got 2, because I think it was a 38 and a 36 over here. That was a pointless race for you. And yeah, everyone's running too many legal parts. We need them to run illegal parts. They need to get their crap together. So I think that was race 11. So we got 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yeah, 5 more races left to go. Next race is in 10 days. Holy crap. And like smashing them in over there. Okay, I'm going to leave that there because it'll remind me to check the pit crew. Yeah, blitzes. Hang on. Interview. Need more investment in HQ, which the chairman doesn't particularly care for, but doesn't really matter. Okay, we actually are investing in HQ, so that's going to be fine. Parts are parting. We've got money. Like, yeah, we're making money every race, which is kind of nice, actually. So the building improvements are going to be fine. The new parts are coming in. Yeah, Vancouver soon. It's not, oh, it's a useful top speed one, not crucial. I think useful does weight the engine performance a little bit more, but doesn't actually wear it down faster. I'm not sure. So we'll see what things are like when we get to Canada. We've got the Vamoose. I mean, it feels like we've got the right advertising package for Canada. We've even got red and white as some of our colors here. So hopefully that'll help us carry us through. You can see our car still like does not come close to our opposition in this league. So again, we are really consistently delivering miracles with our very poorly performant car over here. And I'm very happy with it. Very happy with it. Well, there you go. Folks, we're going to wrap it up here. Next live stream's on Wednesday, and I think the plan is probably to continue Suzerain on Wednesday. It was really, really enjoyable. Suzerain VODs should be starting to come online today, if you weren't there for last week. Of course, you can always watch it on Twitch as well, in the Twitch VODs. Yeah. Thursday is going to be the next poker match. We're going to be playing in another knockout tournament on Thursday. So make sure to schedule for that. And then Saturday, we are back for Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. Thanks a lot for coming out, everyone. We are going to raid A Kiss for Lux channel right now. She is playing some Minecraft. And I'm going to see you guys in a couple of days. Why are you auto-completing in such a stupid way? Boy, sometimes these chats do silly things. All right, bye. See you, folks. Bye-bye.